As the echoes of dribbling basketballs and deafening crowd cheers fade into the off-season silence, a seismic shift is underway in the heart of Philadelphia. The 76ers, a storied franchise in the NBA, are carving a new path forward, one that will no longer include head coach Doc Rivers. After 3 successful seasons of playoff disappointment, culminating in a startling Game 7 loss to the Boston Celtics, the franchise has made the hard decision to part ways with Rivers, sending shockwaves through the NBA community. Doc Rivers' tenure with the 76ers lasted for 3 seasons, during which the team managed to reach the Eastern Conference semifinals each time. However, the elusive conference finals remained out of reach, a fact that became a significant factor in the decision to relieve Rivers of his coaching duties. Sixers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey acknowledged Rivers' contributions in a press release. Doc is one of the most successful coaches in NBA history, a future Hall of Famer, and someone I respect immensely, he said. We're grateful for all he did in his 3 seasons here and thank him for the important impact he made on our franchise. After having the chance to reflect upon our season, we decided that certain changes are necessary to further our goals of competing for a championship. Rivers' regular season record with the Sixers was an impressive 154-82, and he led the team to the playoffs in each of his 3 seasons at the helm. However, success in the regular season didn't carry over into the playoffs. Despite securing the best record in the Eastern Conference in 2021, the Sixers were ousted by the Atlanta Hawks in 7 games during the second round. In the following season, despite winning 51 games in the regular season, they were defeated by the top-seeded Miami Heat in 6 games in the second round. The final straw came in the recent playoffs. After gaining a 3-2 lead against the Boston Celtics in the second round, the Sixers failed to clinch the series in Game 6 and were soundly beaten in Game 7. This latest playoff debacle seemed to signal the end of Rivers' tenure in Philadelphia. Before his time with the 76ers, Rivers had coached 3 other NBA teams over 23 years, amassing a regular season record of 1,097 to 763.590. He led the Boston Celtics to an NBA title in 2008, but has since lost 5 consecutive Game 7s as a head coach. With Rivers' departure, the Sixers now have to fill the void left in their coaching staff. The franchise becomes one of the more attractive head coaching positions this offseason, joining the ranks of the Bucks, Suns, Raptors, and Pistons, all of whom are looking for new head coaches. Several names have emerged as early candidates to replace Rivers, including Mike Budenholzer, Monty Williams, Sam Cassell, Mike D'Antoni, Nick Nurse, and Frank Vogel. Of these, Mike D'Antoni stands out due to his prior experience coaching James Harden in Houston, where Harden had the most successful run of his career, even bagging an MVP award. D'Antoni's potential appointment could also be a strategic move to keep Harden in Philadelphia, especially if Harden declines his player option and becomes an unrestricted free agent this summer. With Joel Embiid coming off an MVP season and Harden's potential free agency, the Sixers are under pressure to deliver immediate results. In Philadelphia, the expectations are crystal clear. Merely making it to the postseason is no longer sufficient to secure the head coach position for the 76ers. The franchise, along with its ardent fans and dedicated players, aspire for greater heights. They're not just aiming to compete, they're aiming to win a championship. The onus will be on the incoming coach to steer the team beyond the perennial hurdle of the second round of the playoffs, a feat that has remained stubbornly elusive in recent years. This mission does not come without significant pressure. The city of Philadelphia boasts a rich basketball heritage, and the loyal fan base is yearning for a triumphant return to their glory days. The stakes, therefore, are immensely high for the 76ers. However, this shouldn't be seen as an insurmountable challenge, but as a tantalizing opportunity. With a roster that boasts prodigious talents like Joel Embiid and possibly James Harden, the essential components for a potential championship run are in place. The next head coach will not merely be a figurehead, but will play a pivotal role in channeling this raw talent into a finely tuned, cohesive unit capable of meeting and exceeding the lofty expectations. The task, albeit daunting, is ripe with promise, and the right leadership could be the catalyst to reclaim the grandeur of Philadelphia basketball. Doc Rivers' tenure, while not without its high points, ultimately came to represent a period of almost for the franchise. Despite having one of the most promising in the NBA and achieving regular season success, the team consistently fell short in the playoffs. The inability to translate regular season wins into playoff success became a recurring theme and was undoubtedly a key factor in the decision to part ways with Rivers. Yet, it's essential to remember that Rivers is one of the most respected figures in the basketball world. His overall coaching record speaks to his talent and ability to lead a team. Rivers has an impressive overall win-loss record of 1,097 to 763.590 and won an NBA title with the Boston Celtics in 2008. His contributions to the game have been significant, and there's no doubt that he'll continue to influence the sport in whatever role he takes on next. The focus now shifts to finding a replacement capable of taking the Sixers to the next level. With several big names in the mix, the decision will not be an easy one. Each candidate brings a unique skill set and coaching philosophy to the table. Whether it's Mike Budenholzer's defensive-minded approach, Monty Williams' player development prowess, Sam Castle's experience as a player and assistant coach, Mike D'Antoni's high-octane offense, Nick Nurse's innovative strategies, or Frank Vogel's championship pedigree, the Sixers front office has a tough decision to make. One intriguing possibility is Mike D'Antoni, especially considering his successful stint with James Harden in Houston. His up-tempo offensive system might be just what the Sixers need to unlock their full potential. His potential hiring could also influence Harden's decision to stay with the team if he becomes an unrestricted free agent this summer. Yet, regardless of who the Sixers choose as their next head coach, one thing is clear. Merely reaching the playoffs will not be enough. The team's management, players, and fans expect more. They want to compete for championships, and they expect the new coach to guide the team to these heights. It's a tall order, but with the talent available on the roster, it's an achievable one. As we turn the page on this riveting chapter in Philadelphia 76ers history, the anticipation and expectations for the future are palpable. Yet, amid the pressure, a beacon of opportunity shines brightly. The new coach, the right coach, could be the catalyst to ignite the championship fire once again in Philadelphia. As the 76ers embark on this critical quest, the eyes of the NBA world are firmly fixed on them. The decision they make now is more than just a hiring choice. It could chart the course for the franchise's narrative for the foreseeable future. The candidate who steps into this role will find themselves in one of the most intensely scrutinized, yet immensely rewarding positions in the league. Now, we invite you to join the conversation. What are your thoughts on the 76ers' decision to part ways with Doc Rivers? Who do you think should take the helm as the new head coach? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated.